Hello everyone, Ted the old Star Wars nerd here. I hope you're doing well, and I want to thank you for joining me as we continue to keep these old Star Wars memories alive. But today on Star Wars Classic, just saw this article from Screen Rant, and I kind of glanced through it, and it just kind of made me mad. And I wanted to go through it and see if it made you mad as well. So, let me switch over to this. This is called Star Wars Everything You Need to Know or to Read to Fully Understand the Rise of Skywalker. Okay? Okay, let's go through this. I glanced through and I saw a few different things, and it just, even that much is just too much. Anyway, here we go. The Rise of Skywalker left a lot of questions unanswered, and since then, Lucasfilm tie-in books and comics have cleared up the details. Well, thank goodness for that. Okay, left a lot of questions unanswered. You need to read the tie-in books and comics, okay? Star Wars has always been something of a transmedia franchise. It has. And that's even more the case in the Disney area. Well, of course, more tie-ins, more money. The modern Lucasfilm insists all tie-ins are equally canon, and they frequently publish a range of novels in the run-up and aftermath of a film's release. All tie-ins are equally canon? What about that recent Lego holiday special? Okay. The initial wave of tie-ins were surprisingly irrelevant to the main story. And in fact, Star Wars Rise of Skywalker contradicted its own setup. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. Oh, that sounded like something else to read. Great. It clashes very badly with Rebecca Roanhorse's excellent novel Resistance Reborn, which showed how the Resistance regrouped after the Battle of Crate. It's not an isolated example, as Poe Dameron's new backstory directly contradicted previous published comics as well. Oh, they're contradicting themselves? Huh. Anyway, that must all be new stuff. So anyway, since film released, tie-ins have proved more important. They've helped to interpret J.J. Abrams' movie to understand what he's trying to accomplish. They've explained some of the new ideas tossed out without any proper definition, such as a Force dyad, and they've included a number of deleted scenes. Okay, here's everything you need to read to fully understand Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Okay, well, we got a comic called The Rise of Kylo Ren. Herbert's been Solo suggesting Kylo Ren never fell to the dark side at all. In fact, many of the atrocities he blamed for were actually conducted by the Emperor Palpatine himself, including the destruction of Luke Skywalker's Jedi Temple. Oh, so now we're going to lay all the blame on the Emperor. I didn't do it. The Emperor did it. Okay, I'm going to leave this to other people much smarter than me to pick apart. But this is that's crap. Okay, so anyway, a comic. 1. Okay, The Rise of Skywalker Visual Dictionary. So yeah, every movie is accompanied by a visual dictionary. Well, of course they gotta, get some money out of that. So yeah, it explains the Force dyads and the rule of 2 and Kylo Ren and blah blah blah, the Death Star super lasers and the Kyber crystal. Yeah. Okay, so now we gotta buy a whole dictionary. Okay. 2. The Rise of Skywalker novelization. Okay. So it explains a little bit more. That makes sense. So now, okay, that's 3. So we got to read the book, we got to look at a dictionary, and we got to read a comic so far. Oh, okay, so this goes through and talks about all those stupid things they thought of afterwards, where the novelization confirms Palpatine is a clone. Gosh darn it. Oh, geez, it's just so bad. If they would have thought it through in the first place, they wouldn't have to retcon it with all this other stuff. Anyway, so okay, there's 3 with the okay. So then we got the Rise of Skywalker Junior novelization. So that's 4 things. And yeah, it's in addition to the adult novelization. These junior novels aren't usually aren't essential reading. That's not the case this time. The junior novelization hints why Rey couldn't sense the spirits of the Jedi earlier in the film, because Palpatine was shrouding her in the dark side, just as he inhibited the Jedi of the prequel era from accessing the Force all those decades ago. Rey is only able to hear the Jedi of old when the Emperor has dismissed her. Well, why did she hear it in The Force Awakens? Meanwhile, oh boy, in another significant character moment, the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker Junior novelization confirms that C-3PO can now remember the whole saga. His memory bank's updated, courtesy of R2. I just... And then fleshes out the history of Exegol. Okay. So that's four things. So that's it. So Thomas Bacon. Thomas Bacon is one of Screen Rant's staff writers, and he's frankly amused that his childhood is back. And this time it's cool. Tom's focus tends to be on the various superhero franchises, as well as Star Wars, Doctor Who, and Star Trek. He's also an avid comic book reader. Over the years, Tom has built a strong... Oh, that's okay. I'm not that interested in Tom. Not a good article, Tom. Well, I mean, I guess it's a good article. You can't be blamed. So, Tom, you did a good job. You did a good job of explaining and showing us how much other crap you have to read just to understand one movie. So you gotta to watch the movie. You watch the movie, and then you have to read 2 books, a visual dictionary, and a comic book. I didn't even see how many comic books it was. Was it a series? Was it a series? I go right here. Let's just check real quick. Was it a series or was it a one-off? Does not say. Okay. Does not say. Does not say. Anyway. All right. So 4 things you have to read to understand the Rise of Skywalker. Okay. Does anybody think that's reasonable? Besides Disney, besides anybody involved in corporate Disney decisions. It's just so bad. It's so bad. And I'm sorry. I don't like to go off the deep end and be negative. I like to be more positive. But sometimes you just I gotta let my opinion be known and call out some BS when I see it. And that article was pure BS. And it stunk. Well, the article, I guess you could say, was good, but it's just the whole situation that Disney has put us in with this whole sequel trilogy. I mean, why? I don't know. But there are many other people that can put my thoughts into better words. Go watch any other channel where they destroy the Rise of Skywalker or the sequel trilogy in general, and Kathleen Kennedy and all that. Yeah, so many people could put my thoughts into better words than I can. I can't even barely stumble over what I'm trying to say right now. That article is it's just ridiculous to me. It just seems so silly that, and they expect you to buy this stuff, and they expect you to go along with it. And it's just ridiculous, okay? don't buy into the Disney hype right now, everybody. It's what I'm trying to say. Let them continue to try to straighten things up, and let's just see where they're going. They seem to be trying to do some course correction. They canceled all those movies that were coming out, or maybe not have canceled, but we don't hear about Rian Johnson's trilogy anymore. Hopefully it's canceled, but they're not going to come out and say that right off the bat. So they'll just not mention it anymore, hopefully. And maybe they'll do that to the sequel trilogy too. Just don't mention it anymore. I'd be all for that. Just start talking about something else. Just don't talk about it. You know, don't allude to it at all. But as we know, things are building toward the sequel trilogy one way or the other, because Disney's not going to decanonize that. It's just not going to happen. I don't see it happening. If it did, though, that would be awesome. But I'm a realist, but I can enjoy Star Wars, what they're giving us right now with The Mandalorian, and I have hopes for the future. So again, there's my thoughts on that. So thank you very much for tuning in and watching me rant and rave about Disney Star Wars and the crap pile that it is. So there you go. Thank you very much again for joining me. Please leave a comment below. My name's Ted. I'm an old Star Wars nerd. Leave a comment below. Click the like button. Click the subscribe button. Share me out to all your friends and family. All right. Tune in again while I rant about other stuff. I just can't. I'm just losing my train of thought right now. So thank you very much. We'll talk to you soon.